guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am Anna Maria and you are watching Miracle Orchids, the place you can learn everything there is to know about growing orchids. So in this video I am going to show to you how I am going to repot my Coelogyne Pandurata. I have recently purchased this orchid and we can see that it is quite in a sorry state, so I am going to show to you how to repot it, how to save it pretty much. What I will do about these leaves, which obviously are not very healthy, and yeah, I am at the end of the video I am going to give you some care tips for it. Now remember, if you want to see more tutorials like this 7 days a week, go ahead and click that subscribe button over here so you know when I upload something new. So now that the hanger is out of our way, very gently I'm going to try to take... oh, that was easy. So I will sterilize this and reuse it with one of my stanhopias which desperate need repotting. This orchid is potted in a very weird media which is not usually used in Europe. It's not, I cannot really say it's decomposed, but this orchid needs heavily being watered. She is a moisture loving orchid, so I would never pot an orchid in such big pieces of coconut husk. Although they do absorb quite a lot of moisture, I have received the orchid bone dry, and we can see that here I have even some paper. So yeah, she is a bit weird in that state, let's say. Also, the roots of this orchid are quite sensitive because they are very easy to break, and the medium doesn't help me at all, so I will do my best to be as gentle as I can. And yeah, a lot of the roots actually are dead, but she does have some alive. Not sure how many I will be able to save. Yesterday overnight though I did a very good soaking of the orchid. I soaked it in MSU fertilizer with calcium, with silicone, and with some fungicide, because I do all the time preventive treatment for fusarium. You know what bad experience I had, so all my orchids get that treatment as soon as I get them in my collection. So I'm not very happy with the medium and the state of the roots. Right now, believe me, I am not breaking alive roots, but dead ones. When you have a dead root, the velamin will come off of the actual root. So here we can see only dead roots. Hopefully she has new ones, or at least she will be able to produce soon new ones. So yeah guys, this is not going to be a very gentle repotting. It is impossible to remove the pieces of cocoa coir and coconut husk, whatever this is, from the roots, because the roots do get inside it. So yeah, and this orchid is a hot growing plant. She loves warmth, she loves plenty of sunlight. Actually, many people have trouble reblooming it because they do not get her enough sunlight. So I will do my best to make sure she gets hydrated and she receives plenty of sunlight. But to be quite honest, right now she is in the recovery state, so at least for a few months she will not receive really a lot of sunlight. because bright sunlight is required for blooming, but this orchid is not expected to bloom, but to recover from the repotting, the changing in environment. The orchid, I think it came from Thailand, don't really remember right now, so it's a different environment. We'll make sure though that she will be in a much better medium, that's for sure. Horrible thing to put your orchids in. But I think in their country this is super cheap, or they take it from the wild, and like from the forest they take the medium, so maybe that is why those orchids come potted like this. But I really don't like it. And don't be sorry for the orchid and the way I am pulling away on the roots, because they are dead. Believe me, they are dead. For me it is important to take off all this old medium. It is decomposed, and the orchid does not like the very acidic medium. She will love much more the new medium I will put her in. And here I have some new roots which stopped growing because they were in the air, or they were munched off by a snail, I'm not sure. But I will do my best to make the orchid happy. Now this orchid produces gorgeous blooms. They are green, and the lip is frilly and has some black purple, very dark purple towards black spots on the lip. The lip is frilly, the blooms are growing in a pendant way, up to 15 blooms on a well-grown plant, and they are unfortunately short-lived but very fragrant. They smell like honey, most people say. So I am quite excited to have this orchid in my collection, but first it seems that she will need a good saving, and then maybe she will bloom. The thing is, here I saw a rotten new growth. She came like that to me. Here I see two more new growths which are rather orangish in color, so I hope this is not the orange rot. I really hope so. So pretty much all the old roots from the back bulbs are dead. So at this point I think I will go to the sink. I will shower the orchid very well. Then I will cut the dead roots, because here in this part I just do not have alive roots. And then I will come back to, I will spray the orchid with hydrogen peroxide, and then I will come back with the medium, the pot, and show you exactly what I am going to do with the orchid. Also, all these dead sheets need to be removed, because they can harbor pests, they inhibit root growth, and they promote fungal and bacterial activities. So yeah guys, I'm going to try to clean the orchid as best as I can, and I will come back. Okay guys, and here we are back. I had to take a break from the video because I had something to do anyway. So the root system is as clean as it can get. I sprayed it with hydrogen peroxide, and not all the roots are alive, but some of them are. At this point I really cannot tell anymore which one are alive and which ones are not. As you can see, this was a new growth which rotted, but if we gently clean off the dead sheets, we can see that here we have a root tip growing. So even though the growth died, it is able to root, which is good. And then I have this new growth and this one. I'm not sure if this will survive, because they have this orangish color to them, but I have some alive roots which will help, and plenty of available eyes. So at first I wanted to put the orchid in this pot because it is a self-watering one, very nice one, but look at that, it just doesn't fit inside. So I went to the shop and I bought this one, which is large enough, and I will put the oldest suitable as close to the base as possible, as close to the rim of the pot as possible, and kind of put it a bit leaning or not, maybe this one, this position is better. And for medium I'll use this bark. It is a fine bark, and here on the top you can see some powder. This is a biofertilizer. It is made from biohumus, again from Dr. Soil. I really like this brand, and it is a treatment for orchids and for plants in general, which provide all the nutrients for 6 months, and this is exactly what it contains. So it maintains the pH at 6.7. It has minimum 53% humus. It has nitric nitrogen 300 ppm, phosphor 41 ppm, and potassium 293 ppm, calcium 2429 ppm, magnesium and sodium. So it is a really good one. And then the bark doesn't have any added nutrients from the shop. It is a very clean one, and again it is from Dr. Soil. I really like this brand. The bark chips are small and clean, very suited for fine rooted orchids, especially for semi-terrestrial ones or terrestrial ones, like it is the Coelogyne Pandurata. So I will mix it with that powder, and I will put it, actually I'll put a bit more. Make sure I have enough. Mix it very well, and then I will just put it there inside the pot. We'll put a good amount on the base. And the orchid will be raised up as I go along. I think I will need more bark. It is very nice because this bark is airy. It is made from pine bark. It does not promote any fungal or bacterial activity, which is very good. And my orchids do respond quite well in it. I have recently started to use it for about 2 months now. I've used it with a few orchids which do require either terrestrial, mixed, semi-terrestrial, or they just love moisture, and I wanted to test it out. I tested it with some simultanously and Eiler, and they all do good in it, very good actually. So I will make sure though that the base of the suitables is on top of the medium. We don't want to promote any rotting, and the orchid will stay in a very highlight location because she loves it, and she will be watered with pure water or with tap water, depends on what I have. For example, right now I do not have any rainwater, and I will water it at the sink. Then I will put it outdoors because the orchid loves it, and I only have sunlight until 1 o'clock. Right now it's about 3 o'clock, so it's perfect for it. I will only put it outdoors when I do not have direct sunlight, so after 1 p.m. Yes, I will put it outdoors, and she will grow quite well like this, I'm sure. Now I will hang it outdoors with this hanger, really nice one. I made sure I bought a pot with a very good rim on the side, so my orchid will not fall. And she will stay next to my vandas, only that she will not stay there in the hot sun when we have direct sunlight. So she will be moved. And I think I bought a faulty one, or not? No. Okay guys, so right now let me show you outdoors where she will stay. But until then, let's not forget to attach the tag, Coelogyne Pandurata. Now you can see that the leaves are marked, they look a bit weird. The orchid is not sick, but she has traveled a lot. She is coming from another continent, and yeah, that might be the cause. If I see any infection on the leaves, I will spray the orchid with some Physum 20. That seems to help a lot orchids which have bacterial or fungal infections on the leaves. So right now, let's water the orchid and go outdoors. Okay guys, here she is. I am sure she will appreciate all the air movement and the light. You can see it is a high light location, but right now it is not direct sunlight. The sun is on the opposite part of the apartment, so here she receives perfect light. So she will have some indirect sunlight when the sun sets. So that will be interesting. And look at my vanda and her big spike. And this one has one too. You can see it there. I hope you can see it. You should. In between the leaves. There we go. So my orchids are very happy outdoors. I have some other plants there and there. So yeah guys, as for her temperature, right now we have about 30 Celsius outdoors, so she will love it. In the nighttime she will stay here as well, and in the nighttime she will have about 16 Celsius. I will not leave her ever underneath 15 Celsius because she loves warm temperatures, so I want her to be happy, and hopefully soon enough we will have some blooms and some unspotted leaves. I am going to keep you up to date, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you have this orchid and you grow it successfully, please leave me some care tips for it. I am really curious to hear them out. I know this orchid is a semi-terrestrial one, and it requires a lot of nutrients and calcium especially, so the biofertilizer that I used should be enough for it, but we are going to see. So right guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye!